Okay.
Hey everybody, hello.
Hey!
Oh my gosh, where are we? Like, what's going on
Surprise.
here? I'm gonna squeeze in.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, welcome everybody to the Tuesday night comic book preview stream here at Fantasy Books and Games. I'm Aaron. This is
I'm Susie.
Susie. We're so lucky to have Susie with us today, and
Very
I don't often do this, but
Uh,
I have to admit that there was a slight error made last week in the last stream. You weren't here for this, so
uh-huh.
you wouldn't be aware of this.
Sure.
But as you know, I
hmm
like to start the stream off with facsimile reprints because
Do you now?
I like that they keep these older comics in print,
Yes.
and it's fun. You know, if you're a comic book collector and you can't always spend hundreds of dollars on like a key issue, it's
Sure.
nice that they have these reprints that you can still get, and they fit in the bag and board. You can put them in your
Yep.
long
Just
box. And so last week was a weird week. Like there weren't
Mhm.
any facsimile reprints that came out.
Weird.
At least that's what I thought.
Mhm.
Turns out I was
Horribly
mistaken. No,
mistaken.
no, no, no. There's somebody was mistaken. It wasn't necessarily me.
Mhm.
So last week there was. So here I'm gonna. Here's the reason why I made this
Mhm.
mistake. We're going to talk about Batman 655. Now, please, I think anybody who collects comic books knows that every single week there's at least 3 to 12 Batman books on the stands.
Sure.
And so, admittedly, my eyes just kind of glossed over this other
One
Batman
of the
book
most
that was there.
important Batman books.
I mean, important. Like, look, you're not talking to Abby here. Like this is, if you don't know, this is the first issue of Grant Morrison's. I guess you could say now it's a legendary run. It was an important run on Batman, but also this issue is the first appearance of Damian Wayne, the fourth Robin. Yeah. Well, do you count spoiler?
She was like Robin for like a
Stephanie.
day.
Yeah.
Right?
She. We'll count her. So he's like Damian. Damian Wayne is the fourth boy Robin. How about that? But yeah, because I mean, there's so many. Look, there've been a lot of Robins out there.
Yes.
Stephanie's not even the first girl Robin. That was in Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. It was Carrie Kelly.
Oh
But
yeah.
that was like an alternate future, so whatever.
Right.
Anyway, this is the first issue of Grant Morrison's run. Beautiful art by Andy Kubert. When did this come out? Like 2005, I think. I was actually
Yeah.
collecting this series at the time. This is one of the few Batman series I collected as it was coming out because I'm a big Grant Morrison fan, and I was curious to see how his Batman run would go. And yeah, it's it's a good issue, but also it's a key issue because it's
Oh, that
the
classic Dragon
I
Ball ad for
I
the
know
PlayStation
look at
2.
that PS2. Were you Susie? Were you alive when the PS2 was out? Did you ever see a PS2 in person?
Yes, I was alive back then.
Oh, okay, in the long ago.
Way back when.
But yeah, there's I think it's like the final page of it. It's been a while. Oh yeah, that's the spoiler alert for this 20-year-old comic book. That's the first appearance of Damian Wayne on the final page in
Dum dum.
shadow. But it's a cool looking page. Like yeah, so that's a good book. So it's cool that these facsimiles
Yeah,
exist for all the reasons I just said.
exactly.
Also, there is another facsimile that does come out
Ooh,
tomorrow.
we are spoiled.
As we know, Marvel has been reprinting the Dark Phoenix saga, and so this is. I actually already have a facsimile of this from maybe. I guess it was probably 5 or 6 years ago. They
Huh.
reprint. This is the key issue. This is the issue where, as it says on the cover, let's put it on the camera. Phoenix must die, and so
Dun
yeah,
dun.
this is a big issue, and that's just classic Chris Claremont, John Byrne art. Look at that beautiful
Oh
double
my
page spread.
goodness.
Yeah, this is like peak X-Men era right here. So there's really nothing that I could say about this that hasn't probably already been said a million billion times by other
Yeah.
people. But this is like my favorite era of the X-Men, and
You
it's
know what?
just
They should make a movie
they
off of
should.
this saga, you
So
know?
I have a lot of opinions about the X Men movies that have been made,
hmm
and the they're not good. Um,
Sure.
but you know what? We were happy with what we got at the time.
Of course.
Back in 2000, just the idea that an X-Men movie was being made.
Yes.
I was there opening day for that movie. I was so excited. And even though Hugh Jackman's too tall to play Wolverine, but you know what? At the time, we were just happy to get anything.
Sure.
But the best X-Men movie is, in my opinion, Days of Future Past.
I really do love that one.
And I think that it's not. I don't think it's controversial to say that it's also the movie that most closely follows a X-Men storyline. So I think that's the reason it's the best, because it's like it actually follows a story pretty closely, as opposed to just taking elements from X-Men history. That one is like an actual story.
Plus, like, both the lead actors were just phenomenal.
I mean, everybody was great.
Like, Xavier, yeah.
So let's see. We just got a comment popped up on here.
I believe we do.
Do you still have Godzilla Destroys the Marvelverse? I didn't check the video of the comics in stock, and I know my cousin would like it. I don't actually know for sure if we still have it. I think we do. I don't remember it selling.
You talk about this Godzilla.
This is a different Godzilla, coincidentally, that I was about to talk about.
About that Godzilla. Super deep.
Yes. Yeah, you go take it. We'll send Susie to just check
live. A little quest.
Live on camera.
You'll be able to hear me the whole
time. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we wore onions on our belts. Yeah, as was the style at the time. Exactly. Well, while Susie, my friend, is checking to see if we still got that Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe, I do want to talk about a Godzilla Collected Edition that comes out tomorrow. That is Tom Scioli's Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater. I talked about these issues as they were coming out, and I'm a huge fan of Tom Scioli, so I just absolutely love this comic. And Susie has returned. What do you got for me, Susie?
We've got the cover.
We do still have it. All right. Yep. And I talked about this one last week.
Super cool wraparound cover for an 8 cover. That's
pretty
unique.
It's a good cover. Yeah. But yeah, so we do still have Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe #1 in stock here at our store. But yeah, back to Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater. This is like, I think the way I described it when I was talking about the issues was it's sort of like Tom Scioli's version of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but with Godzilla. Because this, as you can see from the cover, oh, come on, get into focus, camera.
He's too powerful.
I just can't. It's like trying to photograph Bigfoot here. Let's try that one more time. Oh, no.
How's that happening?
I don't know. What our camera just sucks, I guess. Come on, there he is. Look at that.
Look
Godzilla.
At that.
Stay in focus. Stay in focus. Yeah, it's the radiation, right?
Yeah.
So as you can see from the cover, this has the Time Machinist, aka H.G. Wells, the Great Gatsby of The Great Gatsby. Question mark, a guy in a cape with a big D on it. Spoiler alert, it's Dracula.
What?
And also Sherlock Holmes.
What a combo.
So it is this like really fun idea. Like, it starts out, it's basically The Great Gatsby, except then Godzilla shows up and interrupts the Great Gatsby story, and he has to team up with other like Thomas Edison, as you can see there.
Oh my goodness.
And it's very, like I said, he's riffing on the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen idea of just taking like these other literary characters and kind of blending them all into a weird story. But the difference between this and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, where I think Alan Moore was leaning into all the pulp characters of their day, kind of teaming up, this gets wild and all over the place. The fact that it's the Great Gatsby, like Great Gatsby has nothing to do with Dracula, but why not? You know, it just sort of fits. And Tom Scioli's art is just beautiful. Like, he just has this really like indie style. Tom Scioli is the one who did the recent biographies of Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, which I'm pretty sure I've talked about on here.
Those look great.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. And I'm just a huge fan of this guy's art, and he just has a lot of fun with it. Just ridiculous. Like I said, Great Gatsby teaming up with Sherlock Holmes, and his Godzilla pages are just beautiful. So yeah, it's really cool. I also really like it because it's like Godzilla's a character in it, but Godzilla's absolutely the antagonist. Like he's just
Oh.
full monster mode.
Sure.
Like it's just Godzilla wrecking stuff, and they have to figure out a way to stop it. So yeah,
The force of nature.
Exactly. Yeah. So really, really good book. This is all 4 issues, I think it was, all collected together in one edition. I'm looking at the back; it doesn't say if it's 4 issues or 3. I couldn't quite remember, but I highly, highly recommend it. Really, really good. Also coming out tomorrow, another collected edition that I really recommend. Everything Sucks. Tell me about it. I mean, right? Like, geez. King of Nothing is the name of this collected edition. This is, I think I've talked about the single issues as they've been coming out. This is a series by Michael Sweater. It's published by Silver Sprocket. Yes, Silver Sprocket. And it's kind of like a talking animal, like a Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, stoner humor sitcom kind of a thing. Have you read any of this, Susie?
I have not actually,
Like,
but it looks really great.
I know that like a couple of our coworkers and I, we really like it, and we can talk it up whenever it comes out. But it's really funny. I like the art a lot. It's got these bright colors and kind of these like silly character designs that I think really goes a long way to, like, this character's a possum and he wears a hat that says trash on it, or no, truck, sorry.
It definitely gives me hints of those underground comics
Yeah,
vibes.
it really,
like the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers almost.
Yes, yeah, it kind of rides that line between like internet webcomic and underground comic. Like it's not super offensive like a R. Crumb comic or something like that, but like it still has a lot of stoner humor, and the main characters are all kind of like losers, like working at minimum wage jobs, and like,
what's that like?
I don't know. You know what? I'm not here to talk about my personal life. But yeah, just fun art, fun characters. It's really funny. The characters they got that.
I feel like Celeste would love this.
She would absolutely. I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if she hasn't read it. Yeah, like the kind of just the, like, this whole story is about cats. Like they get overrun with stray cats, and yeah, it's just kind of like loser, like these kind of schlubby, go nowhere 20-year-olds, just like sitting around smoking and trying to make sense of their life. Yeah, exactly. And it all goes poorly for them because it's funnier that way.
Yeah.
But I really like this. I was buying all the issues as this one came out. This is another one that the issues come out sporadically. I think it's actually been over the last like 4 or 5 years that the issues have been coming out, and there's enough to put together into this big collection now. So
that kind of tracks with like the theme, though.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and Michael Sweater works on other stuff. I know he's like a full-time cartoonist artist, and this is just one of his projects. But I really, really like it. Highly, highly recommend it. All right, we have another trade paperback here. This is one that you picked out, Susie.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you talk about it.
So this one is coming out tomorrow, and it's a graphic history of gaming. Ooh. So it's from like Pong, the first game, into like what we consider like modern.
Now, do you remember Pong when that first came out?
Yeah. No, my first game ever was Pokemon Red on the Game Boy.
Pokemon Red? Okay.
Yes.
I actually, my first, like, the Atari was the first game that I played, but not because I'm that old. It's because my mom had one, and then they wouldn't let us get a Nintendo. Yes. So, like, for the longest time, all we had was an Atari. And I remember playing, like, Asteroids and Pong, of course.
Sure.
And, like, that was it for a long time. And then we got a Nintendo. So my first really was Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember playing a lot of like the retro games at your house, and we're like, let's play like GoldenEye. We haven't played that in years.
Yeah,
booted up GoldenEye. We're like, oh dear God.
Oh, it's you know what? That game was very, very important to me for a very specific period of my life. I played GoldenEye so much, and I cannot play that game right now. Like it's the controls on it are so archaic. Yes. Like I'm so used to now in present day playing like on a PC, with the WSE and the mouse. And like going to an N64 controller where you have to like strafe and use the joystick to like oh my God, it was impossible.
We couldn't even find each other on the map. It took us forever.
Yeah, it is rough to get back into. I agree. But anyway, so The Age of Video Games, this book that you picked out.
I haven't gotten a chance to read it because like we've had a pretty busy day, but I am just a sucker for these types of books where it's like a deep dive into like some history, and like it's a graphic
Yeah, I like that
novel.
it's just a history of the not just the industry but the art form of as well. It looks like.
And I do like going through the pages. It seems like they're kind of transported from lab to lab throughout the decades, and they're
Hmm.
like booted up
This is a
into the
cool.
game.
This is a cool page. Like
Yeah.
a little bit of Tron mixed with Space Invaders.
Yes, and they like hop into Zelda, they hop into Animal Crossing, like they hop into
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And
Okay, this is visually fun. I like they're having
yes.
a lot of fun with it as they explain it.
So this is one that I'm actually going to be buying today because it looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, there's
here's
Zelda. Yeah, yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, yeah, it looks really good. Okay, so any final thoughts on video games? What was the last video game that you played?
Oh my god. Well, I want to hop back into Tears of the Kingdom because I finally finished the
Mm.
issue last week. So now I can finally play video games.
A friend of mine just played Tears of the Kingdom for the first time,
Oh.
and he like 100%ed it in a week. He's
It's
got
a massive game.
yeah, he's got like a little bit of a problem, like where he like hyper focuses. Like he can't play a video game without hyper focusing and 100%ing it, and that's just like
Oh, I know some people like that.
yeah,
too.
you know. But anyway, let's talk about enough video games. Let's
Yes.
talk about comic books. What's you know what? We're not talking about that. We're gonna skip that one.
All right.
Also coming out tomorrow, just worth mentioning, Death of Silver Surfer #1. This is a second printing. I know that issue 2 came out last week or the week before, and people have been asking if you missed issue #1. Second printing is coming out tomorrow, so that's something to keep on your radar. Oh yeah, we got a couple of kids comics. This we'll talk about. We'll get that in there. Let's talk about Jeff the Land Shark. There's another issue of Jeff. It's so confusing. They're putting out so many Jeff comics.
Yeah.
And this is,
they found their like minion /
right.
Was the aliens from Toy Story. Like they found their
Yeah.
branding.
I'll have to double check because I'm just making this up as I go along right now. But there have been like a dozen Jeff comics published so far.
Yeah.
And I think this is actually the first Jeff the Land Shark #2. Like, because they're always one shot. So it's always like, it's Jeff #1 and Jeff the Shark.
Return to the Jeff verse.
The Jeff verse #1 and Jeff Week #1.
Yes.
This is the first one where I think I've seen a #2 on a Jeff comic. So that's got to be like some kind of a key issue, right?
Sure.
Like it's not the second issue, but it is the second issue.
Oh.
Anyway, this is continuing that last series, which I was a little on the fence because it doesn't have Gear Hero doing the art, but I gotta say this artist is pretty good. Like he's definitely got the Gear Hero vibe. I mean, yeah, just look at Rocket Raccoon there.
We were talking about how interesting it was, at least for the first issue. You could tell they were trying to like adapt into that style, but it was interesting that like Jeff himself was exactly Gear Hero's style.
Yeah, and you
then,
can
like,
kind of see it in here.
Yeah, but then like the people around him were like completely different than.
Yeah, I agree.
But this one, it seems like it blends in a lot more.
I agree. It's got like it's like a mix between Gear Hero and Scotty Young almost. Like when Scotty Young gets pretty like cartoony with his designs. I guess we should say Toka Tokoro is the artist on that one.
I wonder if it's a single person or if it's like
a studio.
Again.
Yeah,
like Gear Hero is like 2 people.
Yeah, it's like a studio.
Yes.
Project. Yeah, but who knows? Not me.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Jeff the Land Shark. Kids of all ages cannot get enough Jeff the Land Shark. Also coming out tomorrow, there's a couple of kids books we're just kind of run through. I saw this one on the shelf and I had to do like a double take. This gives
me like Calvin Hobbes vibes.
Oh, very much so. So this is Fantastic Four presents Franklin Richards, Son of a Genius. And the reason I did a double take, not because that's very clearly like a Calvin and Hobbes, like Bill Watterson style.
Yeah.
But I was like, I swear I've seen this comic before. Oh. And I was correct. This is a reprint of a 20-year-old Fantastic Four comic. We didn't
start with this as a facsimile?
Well, it's not technically a facsimile.
What?
But yeah, this probably could have been at the top of the show. Because I was looking at it and I was like, I recognize that because I am a huge fan of Calvin and Hobbes. So I remember when this came out, literally, I think 20 years ago. It actually says it in here. It was originally published as Franklin and Richard, Son of a Genius, in 2005. So you know what? I think I haven't literally. I have not read it since it came out. So
Oh.
I don't know if this is a a true facsimile or if it has some like new material in it.
Sure.
I couldn't tell you, but it's still a fun comic. It's definitely like, I mean, you can just see from that title there. It is very much like a Fantastic Four by way of Calvin and Hobbes. Like that's clearly what they're going for,
Yes.
and it's about Franklin Richards. This is written and drawn by Chris Eliopoulos, who I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he is actually a very, very, very prolific letterer in the industry. Like
Oh,
he's been
interesting.
lettering comics for like 20, 30 years.
Huh.
And but he's also a pretty good artist, as you can see here.
Yeah.
And so he just occasionally will do like these little like funny strips or things like that. I know he's done. I remember seeing some Image comics that would have like his little like comic strips in them. But yeah, so you know what? If you need more kids comics, and if you're super hyped for Fantastic Four,
This is your go-to.
yeah, maybe check that out. All right, what's this other comic?
Now is it my turn?
It is, because I need to take a drink of water real bad.
So I was very curious about the Thundercats and Powerpuff Girls crossover comic. Now I will say, I did not grow up on Thundercats.
You didn't.
I did not. I think it was
Oh.
just before my time.
Just
So I
before.
actually have like no idea. I assume they're just cat warriors.
I mean,
These
yeah, they're
adventures.
from a planet of cat people.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I did grow up on Powerpuff Girls though.
Ah,
And I will say I'm a little bit biased on this one because Paulina Ganeshow worked on this, and
Okay.
I love her and her work.
yes.
Like she did Zodiac Star Force, she did the latest She-Ra comics and everything.
Okay.
I remember there was a time in college when I really wanted to be like her style, and so I tried so hard to like
Mhm.
fall into that work. But for this one, I'm not sure if it's her first time, but she actually wrote this issue
Oh, okay.
and somebody else drew it. I know she's been working on Powerpuff Girls for quite a bit. Like she was drawing a few issues, so now she's gotten the chance to write for this one. But I do really like this new artist that took over.
I was gonna say I like the look of this.
Yes, and I just love how expressive they made the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
There's certain things that happen whenever like their like eyeballs break, like this one, that I think is just fun.
Yeah, that's neat.
And like I've never seen the Powerpuff Girls like so on model but so expressive at the
Yeah.
same time.
I mean, just like this winking.
Yeah. I think the only thing was I remember there was a free comic book day preview for this book this year. But whenever I hopped into this issue, it really just takes you right into the middle of the action.
Mm-hmm.
Like for some reason the Powerpuff Girls are just already there and they're already on an adventure with this guy.
Yeah,
And
with the
there's-
Thundercats characters.
Yes, and there's like no explanation of like why they're in that universe. You could tell they're kind of displaced, but then I also don't know like what powers they have because there's
Mhm.
like a character that like flies off and they're like, nuts, we can't get him. I just want to be like,
You
can
can fly.
fly.
Yeah, the power. That's like your whole thing. The
Yes.
Powerpuff Girls can fly.
so
Yeah,
I'm not sure if like
interesting.
the preview from this year's free comic book day, I never actually
Mm.
read it. If they
Well-
like go into
I did read it,
oh.
and I forgot it, so I can't
Nice.
help you at all.
Well, maybe next time I'm on the stream, I'll bring it back. and I'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Here's
We'll
the-"
we'll reassess.
So I think it's super cute. I love this new artist and everything. I think they're doing a fantastic job. I was just a little like confused on like what
what the story is.
the story is.
Yeah. No, it looks great. I grew up on Thundercats, but like they were several like steps below like GI Joe and
Sure.
even Transformers and Voltron. I really liked Voltron a lot. And then there was like Thundercats was somewhere kind of down there.
I love how
He-Man was probably above them too.
Even Kid Aaron has like a tier list.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And then, but you know what? I also, because I was like a weird kid, I also watched cartoons a lot just as a teenager and an adult. So I loved Powerpuff Girls when it first came out.
Oh, yeah.
I was probably not the right demographic for it, but it was really, really good.
I loved it. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to I will keep reading it.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. several other books coming out tomorrow. We'll just kind of briefly
This
mention.
cover looks insane.
That's the reason I grabbed this. Absolute Wonder Woman number 10 comes out tomorrow, and I haven't been able. Yeah, Powerpuff Girls is awesome. You're correct.
It is awesome.
I haven't had a chance to read this issue yet, and as I'm actually getting tired of saying this. I sound a little bit like a broken record. I'm a few months behind on Absolute Wonder Woman, so I'm not actually up to date with it, but I still recommend it because
Sure.
it's really good. But this cover, I don't even know if it's really picking up on
Absolute
camera,
bonkers.
but it is beautiful. Like all this like day-glow hands like covering her eyes. Oh man, this is one really cool cover. So yeah, I really like this. I really like
And
this
again,
series.
hopping into it, like their layouts with the panels are just.
It's such a
out of this
beautiful
world.
looking comic. This really is like a step above the average comic book on the stands. Like I just love, yeah, like all of this.
I'm
like,
excited to pick it up
such a
like
good
once like
comic.
some of the trades start coming out.
Yes, I think trades are going to start hitting this fall.
Nice.
So in a few months, we should start seeing trade paperbacks. But yeah, so definitely check out Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I say it's maybe the best of the Absolute books, except for maybe Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is also my other favorite one.
Yes.
Because
Speaking of tier lists.
Exactly. But also both of these, I think, have the best art in any of the Absolute books by far.
I would say of any of the DC books.
You know what?
Right
that's fair, actually. Like I love the way it's very stylized, but like I love the use of color. Javier Rodriguez doing the art on Absolute Martian Manhunter, and it's just so cool. I like the way he uses these like multicolored like rainbow effects to show telepathy. Like that's how he's like he can see things and hear things that aren't there because he's using it through his like telepathic powers, and that's where you get like
and their use of like smoke throughout this entire series has just been really cool.
Yeah, it's really good. Just one of the best Absolute books. Absolutely, like just really good. Absolutely, I love it. Okay, also coming out tomorrow. I'll just briefly mention while we're talking about colors. I think that's a good transition. The Seasons. I think I've talked about this series pretty regularly as it comes out, and I don't have much more to say that I haven't said already. But I really like this comic. Paul Azaceta is one of my like low key favorite artists. He just has such a great style, and it's not like hyper realistic, but he just captures reality really well. But then he can do a lot of fun stuff, like these kind of weird cartoonish imp characters. There's like he does a really good job of balancing surreal dreamscapes with the humdrum mundane reality. And the way I would describe it is this is sort of like a Studio Ghibli film, but with a little bit more of a horror edge.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So the main character is this character here, Spring Seasons, and her family. The short version is that her family has gone missing. Well, her parents have gone missing. I'm sorry, and her sisters. She has 3 sisters, and they're all named after seasons. So summer, winter, and fall.
Yeah.
Or autumn, and they like don't care that the parents are gone. They all have their own reasons, and so she's kind of like trying to figure out what's going on while protecting the family. And there's, like I said, there's like magical elements to it, and there's like a little bit of a horror. A new RR book. Is that? Yeah, Rick Remender. Sorry, I like blanked for a second. You are correct, Alex. This is written by Rick Remender, and I like Rick Remender. He's a good writer, but I'm not gonna lie. Paul Azaceta was like the big selling point for me on this. Yeah, I like his art a lot. He's really good. So definitely check this one out. This is issue 6, and yeah, it's unique, like among books that you're going to see on the stands. Also, talking about unique, man, this is also one of my favorite comics coming out right now. Sleep by Xander Cannon. I love Xander Cannon. He's a great cartoonist. He's done a lot of great stuff.
Why do I recognize that name? What's some of his bigger things?
Like most recently, he did the book Kaiju Max at Oni.
That's probably why.
He's done a lot of stuff. He worked with Alan Moore on Top 10 like 20 million years ago. One of my favorite Alan Moore books. He was the layout artist, and then Gene Ha did like the finished art on it.
Oh, cool.
And then for the sequel series, Smacks, which was just about one of the characters in Top 10, Xander Cannon got to do all of the art on it.
Oh.
And so yeah, like what a lucky dude, like stepping into the industry and just working with the greatest comic book writer of all time.
No kidding.
It really, I'm sure it didn't hurt his career.
Sure.
But this is his new series called Sleep, and it is also kind of a surreal horror story about he's playing it really coy. You don't know what's going on with his main character, but all the clues indicate that he might be turning into a monster at night whenever there's a full moon. Who knows what it actually is, but that's the implication. And I like the way this story is told. Like, it's all in black and white, except for these splashes of red in there.
I just realized why I recognize the name.
Why do you recognize his name?
It's so dumb. He worked on Rick and Morty versus Cthulhu.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Oh, good for him.
I just remember really loving
as you
it,
know,
so.
I don't read Rick and Morty books, even when people that I really like are doing them.
Yeah.
I read your books though.
Yay!
You know. Anyway, there's like a joke in there somewhere, but I don't want to waste time on that. I really like Sleep. This is just a really cool book. Like I said, it's like a monster. It's a monster story, but it's unfolding. You don't see the monster; you just see the after effects of it. And this guy.
Well, in a way, that's even cooler.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, it's like the tension is like really.
Like fog.
It's very similar to that. So this is issue 3. It's the end of the first story arc. Highly recommend it. Check it out if you haven't. If you like that kind of a thing. Let's talk about some more generic superhero stuff. Fantastic Four Fanfare comes out tomorrow. Issue number 3. I was really not wanting to buy this. I got to be honest, because I'm always looking for things to cut.
Is this a continuation of when they got split into different times, or is this a different?
No, this is I already decided I wasn't going to buy that one. I'm sorry, all you Ryan North fans. I know you guys keep trying to sell me on that book, but it's just not clicking with me.
Sure.
But
the thing fights a dinosaur.
You know what? I liked that visually. I think that should have been the cover, as we maybe discussed. But Fantastic Four Fanfare. This is an anthology series. The title of it is taken off of the classic '80s Marvel anthology series called Marvel Fanfare.
Ryan North is dope.
I got nothing against the guy. It's just not clicking with me.
Fine.
It's just fine. Exactly. But this is an anthology series, and each issue they have 3 different stories by a different creative team. And I got to give Marvel credit. The thing I probably criticize Marvel the most lately is that they have, shall we say, subpar art on a lot of their books. I'm just not impressed by the art in a lot of their books. And so for this anthology series, I feel like they really did bring it. They got a lot of industry veterans.
A lot of crazy teams there.
I mean, yeah, like this first story is by Dan Slott, who I'm also not super crazy about, but art by Marcos Martin. This guy, Marcos Martin, is great. He drew Spider-Man for a period, but he also drew, he did some books with Brian K. Vaughan that I really liked. Private Eye. Dang it, I can't remember the name of that one. Anyway, Marcos Martin is great. This story looks fantastic. Also, the second story is illustrated by Ron Frenz, who is a Marvel Comics veteran. This guy was drawing Spider-Man in the 80s, which is kind of my favorite period of Spider-Man. So I just love his classic comic art style. It just looks incredible. And then, of course, the final story is drawn by the Allreds, Michael Allred, one of my favorite working artists in the industry right now. So, my goodness,
what's you doing there?
It's so this actually, I actually think I can say this might be the best looking Marvel comic I have personally seen in years, maybe.
Sure.
This has some heavy hitting talent on it.
And plus, it looks different. Everything that Marvel's been making is the exact same kind of style. They've just been a little afraid of taking risks.
I agree. They have their house style that they stick with, and this is this isn't just weird stuff. These guys are all working Ron Frenz was the house style
Sure.
at a certain point in time, and like Mike Allred, his style is very clearly like riffing on the classic Jack Kirby, who created the original Marvel House
Yeah.
style, and Marcos Martin is just great. Who is also drawn
We
for
like
Marvel.
him here.
So yeah, this is great, and it just reminds me that like Marvel characters are just the best when they have really really great art on them, and it's what always upsets me when they do those retro continuity series, because they'll bring back an old writer to, like, they have Chris Claremont writing,
not like an old,
but they won't bring
artist.
back an old artist. That
Sure.
really burns me up, because I want to see the classic artists on these books. Well, you get it in Fantastic Four fanfare. So,
and credit to them, if he was drawing Spider-Man in the 80s, like, comic work is no joke. Like,
tell me about it.
Like, huge kudos to him being able to hop back in.
Yeah, just like jumping
this.
right into, yeah, man. They're
I don't think
pros.
I'm going to have the body for this in like 10, 20 years.
You know, in what about 5 years? You think that?
That's true. I'm already waning.
All right. Following up Fantastic Four, I guess this is sort of like Marvel and DC have been doing a lot of hype for their new movies. Like,
yes.
That's why we talked about 2 Fantastic Four books that are coming out this week, because the movie is this weekend.
Yes.
And
they had like the facsimiles and everything that's been coming out in the last few weeks leading up to this.
The First Steps book was out a few weeks ago, which was the official tie-in to the movie.
The funniest facsimile, really quick, is when he shrunk that whole planet and then he didn't.
Oh yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, they'll be fine. We'll just set them on a small planet or something." Yeah,
diabolical.
That was great. Yeah, classic Reed Richards. He morally ambiguous. It was a different time, you know.
Sure.
It was the '60s. But DC has also been doing a lot of stuff prepping for Superman, which I think we talked about this Superman movie last week's stream, so I don't want to repeat myself.
Sure.
But have you seen it?
I haven't. But something that I really loved about this is working at a comic book store. Of course, you have people coming in and like asking about different characters and stuff like that. And anytime there's been like a latest Marvel movie, we don't really have people coming in being like, "Hey, do you guys have any Thunderbolts issues? Do you guys have any of this?" But with this latest Superman movie, I've had phone calls today asking for All-Star Superman.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that too, because like we were talking before about how like I feel like the overall hype for Fantastic Four is not there as much as it was for Superman. Right. And as you said, Superman had a lot more riding on the line for it. Yes. Like it needed to
restarting a new universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Setting the tone.
And but I do think that like whether you like the movie or not, one of the incredible things that James Gunn has done is really driven interest in the comics.
Yeah.
And like All-Star Superman has just been selling out. Like we've been selling copies of that book hand over fist.
Yeah.
And I get people coming in all the time asking for Superman recommendations, which is great because we have a lot of great Superman comics, and I've read a lot of good ones.
And then they've been asking too about the Supergirl. Is it Edge of Tomorrow?
Woman of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow. City on the Edge of Tomorrow is a Star Trek episode.
Yeah, I mixed that up.
Yeah, foolish. It's a common mistake though. No, yeah, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is the book that apparently the Supergirl movie is going to be loosely based on.
Yes.
So everybody's already getting excited for that one.
Yeah.
But
so it's just been cool to witness in like the last few weeks.
It has been nice. And the Summer of Superman is still going at DC. Superman number 28 comes out tomorrow. I was really not sure if I was going to read this issue. I talked about issue 27 when it came out a month ago, and I had like kind of general positive things to say because I am enjoying Superman. And I like the writer Joshua Williamson. He's doing a good job. But the last issue was the end of a story arc. And I feel like it's only fair to do this because I'm always dogging on Marvel.
Sure.
The art in Superman 27 was possibly the worst I've ever seen in a DC comic book.
I remember you pointing out panel by panel.
It was so bad that I probably wouldn't have commented on it last month when the issue came out, because I generally try to keep a pretty positive vibe when we do this stream, and I don't want to just like trash things unless it's Ryan North. But I kid. But I was so shocked at how bad the art was in that issue, and so I wasn't sure if I was going to get this. But you know what? This is the beginning of a new story arc for Superman. So they got Dan Mora back, and he's like the guy,
the heavy hitter.
Yeah, and so they knew what they were doing. Like it looks really good, and also it is
Oh, that looks phenomenal.
right, and it's also got it's kind of like leading up to a story that they've been teasing for the last couple of months, where the evil legion of superheroes from Darkseid's future show up, and
Oh.
they try. This is evil Saturn Girl. I know that you are very well versed in Legion of Superheroes lore,
Yes.
Susie. It's not confusing at all, let me tell you. But so when Superman was Superboy, he was visited by time travelers from the year 3000, and they have a superhero club that only teenagers can join.
Okay.
And there's a lot of stipulations. Like one of them is that they can only have one power. Like if you have more than one power, you can't join. And they all have flight rings, which is why they have a power and the ability to fly. And they started their superhero club because they were fans of Superman, because he was like so important throughout all of history.
But he has more than one power.
Right. Well, they made an exception for him because he's, you know, the guy. But they wouldn't let him join as an adult. So they went back in time to when he was a teenager so that he could join their club, cool club for teenagers. And so that's the adventures of Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. And so Superboy would frequently travel back in time, like to the year 3000 and then back to 1965 to, you know, go on adventures fighting aliens in the future and stuff. So that's the Legion of Superheroes in a nutshell.
Yes.
And so in this story, they're evil because they're from a future where Darkseid rules everything. And
Darkseid.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it right there, Darkseid. And so I don't want to like maybe spoil too much about this issue, but you're going to get some more lore dumping. So in 1985, DC did Crisis on Infinite Earths, which condensed all of their continuity and restarted their universe.
Yes.
And one of the things they did a big rewrite of Superman. So they got rid of all the what is referred to as the pre-crisis stuff. That's the Silver and Bronze Age. So all like Crypto was gone. All the silliness, like the stuff you see in the movie, like the hypno glasses, gone. And it was John Byrne's Man of Steel series, which was a lot more like more in line with the Superman movie, honestly. It's a 77 one. And just like more of a real world take. They got rid of all the silly stuff, toned down his powers a little bit. And they did a specific issue where he meets the Legion for the first time, because in his past, he never was Superboy in the John Byrne post-crisis Superman. Are you keeping up with me here?
Yep.
So in post-crisis Superman, pay attention. Pay attention. So he was never Superboy. He didn't become a superhero until he was an adult, like 20-something years old.
Sure.
So the Legion shows up, and they're like, oh, they're the Legion from the post-crisis, the pre-crisis future. So they're from the year 3000, and they're like, what happened to Superboy? You're different. And anyway, that's all an explanation for how the Silver Age Superboy, who is referred to as Superboy Prime, survived the Crisis on Infinite Earths and existed in the post-crisis continuity, so that you could have Superboy as a part of the Legion of Superheroes, but he's not actually he doesn't grow up to be the Superman in the Superman continuity that John Byrne was writing. So why am I saying all of this to you? It's sort of related to what happens in this issue. Again, no spoilers, but it had that vibe where it's like DC was really struggling to balance all the different versions of the continuities.
Yes.
And us, yeah. Look, it's not that confusing, okay? You just need to read like 70 years worth of Superman comics and you'll be fine. But yes, all of this is to say is, darn it, I'm probably going to buy this issue, even though I was really not wanting to. But there's, like I said, there's a specific issue of John Byrne's series where I was like, clearly this was riffing on that issue.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, there's like layers of like references here, because it's like a reference to a reference to a reference, you know. But anyway, all of that is to say, darn it, Josh Williamson, you got me. So I hope you all could follow that and understand. And I definitely recommend
we need
Superman.
A flowchart next time.
We do need a flowchart for all that. But yeah, we got a lot of great Superman comics, so come on in and get them. We got pre-crisis. We got post-crisis. We got
all the
New
crises.
52. Yeah, we got Dark Crisis. We got Final Crisis. There's so many
Yes.
crises in the DC universe.
Don't I know it?
It's ridiculous. Okay, let's get away from the superhero stuff. I want to briefly talk about two. I guess we'll call them indie series that are coming out tomorrow. But one of them is actually a return of a classic,
Ooh.
The Sixth Gun. This is Battle for the Sixth. #1 comes out tomorrow. Susie, have you ever read The Sixth Gun before?
No, I've only read the first 5.
You read the first 5 guns. This is a series by St. Louis's own Cullen Bunn and Brian Hurt. And this series was originally published 15 years ago, I think, when it started. And I really like this comic a lot. It is a cool, weird Western. It takes place in the 1880s, but also there's magic. And so,
looks awesome.
The art is great. This is published by Oni Comics. And like I said, it's very it's like almost a horror comic. It's what I call a weird Western. That's the genre.
Okay.
Where it's like kind of it's kind of everything, like supernatural, Western action.
Sure.
And so like there's these, basically the short version is there are these 6 guns and they all have like dark power associated with them. So like one of them shoots like fireballs and another one,
cool.
like they all have like different effects when you fire them.
Yeah.
And they're magical, and it's kind of like a One Piece where like somebody's trying to get all of the guns, because if you have all 6 of the guns, you can unlock something that's even greater. You know?
Sure.
Is that a One Piece thing? They're trying to collect pieces, right?
More Dragon Ball, I guess.
I guess Dragon Ball is also appropriate, trying to collect all the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
It's a common story trope, is what I'm getting at.
Yes. Collect them all.
Pokemon.
It's like Pokemon.
Yeah, okay.
With guns.
But with guns, exactly. Now that's what I want. I need you to draw that. That's the prompt. Pokemon, but with guns.
That's basically Digimon.
Oh, you're right. That is basically Digimon, Pokemon, but with guns. Okay, anyway. So this is a all new Sixth Gun story. It's designed to be introductory to new readers, so you could just jump into it. Because it's the whole. I forget how many issues the original series went. It went for a while, and it had like a changing cast and kind of. It was an epic sprawling story.
But just like a layout like this, where it kind of evokes like the barrel of a gun.
Yeah, very much. So, like the
very clever
6 chambers, yeah. It's a good comic. Brian Hurt is an awesome artist. So yeah, very, very, very excited that Sixth Gun is back. I highly recommend it. Okay, last book we're going to talk about.
Is Jessica dying over?
Who knows? Digimon, I guess. I don't know.
Pokemon with guns.
The last book comes out tomorrow at #1. I almost didn't even grab this. It just because when you're looking at the comic wall, sometimes your eyes go cross-eyed when you're seeing stuff.
Yes.
But this one jumped out at me. I really like this cover. This is The Voice Said Kill, which also is a cool title.
Yes.
This is a cool cover here. I like this person hiding in the foliage with a rifle and raccoon hat, and beautiful, beautiful, cool looking art. Like it's very
ooh, that is really nice.
What's the word? Like not just stylized, I guess. It's like really loose, I guess is what I'm getting at. Really like painterly. And I haven't read this yet. I just think it looks really cool, and I'm excited to read it. The description described it as a cross between Fargo and something else relating to swamps, and I forget what it was. But so it definitely looks like it's a crime drama set in Louisiana and Gator Country. Yeah, looks really, really cool.
Love the paneling, like with the smoke.
Yeah, I like the way the smoke creates the panels. Yeah, so a very cool book. Like I said, I haven't read it, so I really can't give you any like specific thoughts on it, other than looks really cool, looks unique.
Their environments are gorgeous.
Yep, and I like, you know what, if you say that you're trying to go for a Coen Brothers vibe, I'm down for it, because I love me some Coen Brothers vibe.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, definitely worth checking out just for the art. And also, like I said, cool title, The Voice.
It really blends into your shirt.
It does actually, yeah.
There you go. See,
it's accidental camouflage. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like the same colors and everything.
Yeah.
Can you see who's hiding in this shirt?
Are those Transformers? It's Dinobots?
It's a Transformer.
It's the one that turns into a dinosaur?
It's a Transformer that turns into a dinosaur. There's 5 of them.
I'll never forget when I first started working here and you asked me with Dan what my favorite Transformer was. I was like, yeah, there's like the one that turns into a truck, right?
Yeah, I'm still shocked that you got hired after that. All right, everybody. That's it. That's it for our stream. Thanks for tuning in. Speaking of Dan, like our friend Dan says, there's comics out there for everybody. It's not just superheroes and Transformers.
Yes.
Sometimes it is swamp murder mysteries and
or Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
Chitara.
Yeah, and exactly.
What a combo.
So yeah, come on down to Fantasy Books and Games and buy some comic books. And so on. All right, everybody. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.